All right, this is our current war. I'm going to show some of the high drag attacks. It's kind of what's been going on in this war. So this is a city we hit twice, and Oddball came in with kind of a standard one wall drag attack, and you can see what happened. It kind of fractured. I got the hound to go into the middle, but the drags did the run around. This is a moat designed and pretty much what it's designed to do. So, pretty good damage percentage on there, 72%. I'll go ahead and flip back and show you um, my attack. So I didn't get as much damage on this one, but you'll see the difference here. So what I'm going to do here with these moat type cities, there's a lot of defense in the middle, so I actually threw a couple of quakes in the middle up front to kind of soften things up, and I got maybe 25-30% of the town hall damage knocked out there. Then over there around 3:30, I sent my king in to take out a couple of those elix storages. Those things really slow drags down. So I wanted to get rid of them and clean as much of the sides as I could. Turns out right here, I tripped the hound, which isn't really a problem. My queen is down, so the queen isn't going to engage. And you'll see I've done exactly what I want to do. Sometimes the heroes don't do exactly what I want them to do. But here they did. It cleaned that side for me. So now I'm going to put a couple drags up top around 12. I hope. Yeah, there they are. So I want those drags to get working on cleaning out the sides. Unfortunately, they don't do that immediately. They kind of head towards the middle. But you can see I've kind of got that squad that's going to run down the side, which is what I'm looking for. I've still got 4 drags left here. And yeah, there they go. Now they're finally starting to wander down the side, which is what I need them to do to get them down that 12 o'clock to 9 o'clock region. So there, I've got the situation exactly the way I want it right now. I've got groups cleaning both sides, and luckily they cleaned just enough, just in time, that my drags start heading back towards the middle. So I actually released those drags almost a little bit too soon. If I'd have dropped them 2 to 3 seconds earlier, I wouldn't have got this city. So I was right on the edge of screwing this one up. But I did finally get enough on that top side. So you see what happened there really was cleaning the bottom side with the king. If I'd have had my AQ for this war, I'd have cleaned both sides and it would have been really straightforward there. But yeah, now that I watched the replay, I didn't realize how close I was to messing that one up. But that's an example of how to run drags at one of these moat type cities. You got to clear the edge, clear the sides, and then have enough left to be able to focus them in the middle. So I think I had 3 freeze spells there, 2 rages, and then a couple of earthquakes as part of the mix. So in the end, all worked out. And then a couple of people were asking about running drags high, how to do that. So to replay a couple of the other texts. So here's Reaver, a Swan actually, taking a shot at one of the highest cities, or the 11 in the war. So as you'll see what happened there, he threw an earthquake on the town hall, of course. You want to soften that up a little bit. Then he started his guys on the outside. Because this is not a moat type base, it's pretty symmetrical. Went heavy down the middle, raged, ran him right up the middle. He was taking a lot of damage from that Eagle artillery, which is why this thing just barely got the 52%. So that was an early attack in the war, and that kind of kept us in the game. And then here's my screw up attack. I'll go ahead and show you that. So this one is also a moat type city, but I just didn't recognize it, and I released all my drags pretty much at the same time. So you'll see that I sent them all right up the middle. They're heading right to the gut, and now the moat effect kicks in. and they start to scatter around the side. So this was the same thing that happened to Oddball on his attack. What I should have done was set that initial wave in and reserve 2 to 3 dragons to come in at that town hall. But when you look at that with the Ford Teslas right around the town hall, I'm going to have a hard time getting that in any case. So this is actually a pretty good anti-dragon base. If I had both heroes up, so we've a version of this one where you've got kind of the twin tower air defense. When the air defenses are a little further out and easy to pick off with heroes, you can do a hero jump and possibly pick off both of those. And I've seen Swans have done that and actually gotten 3 stars on a variation of this base. But this one right here is probably about as tough of a 2-star for a dragon as you're going to see. Okay, so we covered cities 1, 2, and 3. Let's take a look at 4. Yeah, Reaver ran this one with air, no problem. So this is a really a very standard base. What you're supposed to do on this is have both your air defenses, in this case pointed at like 6 o'clock. This guy has one pointed at like 7:30 and one pointed at 1:30. So really, Swan just flattened this guy. I think he saves one dragon there. So he freezes the single target single target inferno in the back, and then has one dragon coming in at 12 o'clock to clean up and get the 74%. So that's as much as 2 was one of the hardest you're going to see, 4 was one of the easiest. And then here's a different one. So John's been messing with dragons a bit, and here he runs. So this is very much the kind of attack Mark would run. It's actually a variation on the Mark attack. Mark really likes to attack with dragons from the corner. So he cleans a little bit on the side there with his heroes. See if he gets, he's trying to get, that's what he's trying to get right there, is that he looks for storage, and while the queen's on that, he should power up the queen there pretty soon. Yeah, there he goes. He's also got his drags hitting right at 6 o'clock. He's got the hound there, and he's got a bunch of loons on top of it to make sure he gets rid of that one air defense. Now the loons are really tanking that multi-target inferno. He froze the inferno, which actually ended up working out okay. Normally I would have frozen that air defense, but his call was dead on, and there he is. He's over 40% now, still has the 3 drags and a bunch of loons there, moving out to clean up his, and he did happen to have a haste left. Might have considered running an earthquake there instead of that haste to do a little damage on some of the high damage stuff in the center. But overall, it was a solid 2-star. No way close to my approach. So yeah, 2 hounds and a bunch of loons in there. So like I said, this is a different mix. This is much more similar to the kind of attacks Mark runs with dragons. But as you can see, there's a lot of different ways to run drags. And this one was easy 2-star, 58%. So cheers, John. And then looking down, what was actually Whoop tried to hit this city. He ran golems and it got close. He was at 47%. Just had some deployment issues there. And then down to 6. Carter got it. Wait, the difference between this war and the last war, we're under. Let's see. And we'll figure that out later. So here's another one I'll replay. So Hilly, I haven't actually seen this one yet. So Hilly got 3 stars here, and he's coming in for the corner too. So interesting that we're actually having some success on corner attacks here today. I personally tend to do better with attacking at the wall than on the corner. This one looks like a city that's going to be geared up for that. He still had he did have, yeah, had a couple of wizards there moving around. Yeah, this one, he mentioned when he got it, he was lucky, and to a large degree, man, the timing here at the end is actually pretty amazing with this AQ. He had just had the golems running in just in time to pick things up there, had just a little bit of power left on the AQ and got it. So that was our 3-star at the 9 level. So the prior war we won quite easily. We got off to a really good start, didn't miss anything. Here we missed a couple early. And I think in the last war we 3-starred 2 of the TH9s within like the first hour or two. 9 on 9, and basically just um, uh, didn't miss at all. But we do have a lot of people upgrading heroes. That's kind of the issue right now. I think we're going to see a lot of fade in our war record over the next 4 to 6 weeks, most likely. DC just lost their last 2 wars, one where they had the TH edge, the other they were outgunned, but in both cases Warren with hero down. And now you're seeing over here, Reaver has both his accounts in, John has 2 of his accounts, Mark is over here playing hero down. So a lot of our kind of standard hitters in DC have kind of moved. Actually, Ashley's here also. This is T. So just a lot of our kind of regulars in our elite clan are Warren hero down here. So we're getting a little bit tougher war here. You saw we were outgunned. There was one TH11 on the opposite side. We didn't have any. So that gave them an edge. The opponent probably had a 5-point edge in this war, and they may end up that much ahead when everything is said and done. They still have a couple of attacks left, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, long term, what we're doing is good. Upgrading heroes, that's going to help us in the long term. But as long as this 1 gem boost is going on, we've got so many of our regular people with hero down. Scratching out wins is that much tougher, even with having oddball in as our extreme clan engineering here. So that's where things are with the DCA right now. Cheers.